Right, I'm doing research methodology on a loudspeaker, not loudspeak, so I spell it wrong. Yeah, history of loudspeaker, types of them, initial development and the influence on music. First loudspeaker was used in 1861 when it was first installed into a telephone. It was able to produce clear tones as well as muffled speech by John Phillips Resi. It later improved so audible was clear and understandable by Alexander Graham Bell in 1880. Thomas Edison was the first person to record and play back an audible signal in 1877. The machine consisted of a needle and a cylinder wrapped in tin foil, and a needle and two diaphragms. You should obviously speak down the mouthpiece, which sent the vibration to the needle, and it would be etched onto the cylinder, and then the other diaphragm would be there for playback. He got it built and patented on 19th of February 1878. There was also another design by French designer Charles Cos, but it only stayed on paper, it was never actually made. It wasn't until 1898 when Oliver Lodge created the modern design of a moving coil. Over the time, the other engineers like Peter L. Jones and Edwin Prindham, and also in 1925 when Chester W. Rice and Edward W. Kellogg finally had the new design patented. Back then they were electromagnets, and they had to have a charge on the magnet as well as the speaker for them to actually work. This was the first, due to the film industry, people wanted music to go with their films, so people designed the horn. The only problem with it was that the horns would be delayed, so for every light hit there'd be two noises for it, and that was out in 1933. There was quite a few defaults with it. It wasn't very clear, and had high distortion. This one was only a prototype, it never actually came into production. I couldn't find that much information on it. It didn't come into production because the components for it were ridiculous amounts of money and extremely hard to make. And the shower horn was designed by using ideas from the Fletcher system. It was able to cover 50 Hz to 8,000, which isn't really that much on today's standards. Yeah, basically that. It goes on to this one, and that's all I've done. Basically. Yeah, finished, done.